obviously a tough stretch there with 3 games in 4 days.
Yeah, and obviously where we are at this time in the conference standings, it's we've got our backs against the walls, and we've got to find a way to obviously get off to a good start this weekend and on Friday against Northern Colorado, who's obviously playing very well, and then we go Saturday against Northern Arizona, who's right in front of us in the in the standings. So obviously a very big weekend. Our guys obviously understand the importance and urgency of what's ahead, and hopefully we can come in and play well.
Coach,
Go ahead.
all season long you guys have been talking about how you have such a slim margin of error, and now it seems like there's no margin of error. I mean,
Right.
Is that where you're at?
And we know that. We've been obviously inconsistent with our play, which is very discouraging. But we know where we stand, and our guys are, they're optimistic as we are as a staff that we can still put something together, and hopefully we can start it on Friday.
What was the mood of the team like on the trip back after what you guys went through in Montana?
It was quiet. It was very quiet, and we had the mindset of going up there and at least getting a split. We felt good with how we were playing, for the most part, that week in practice, and we thought we could go up there and get a split. Obviously losing a Marl early in that game at Montana State was a big factor in that game, but at the same time, other guys stepped up, and Donnie played well in Bozeman. He was aggressive. He, attacked the basket, which we, hope that he does, all the time. But it was discouraging. It was quiet.
Yeah. Is there anything new with Amaro, or has that not been looked at
He's, spent all day yesterday with treatments, and then today he was to have an X-ray, and was going to get more treatments throughout the day.
If it turns out that he's questionable or not going to play, how does that change your preparation in the way that you guys are going to play?
Well, I mean, for a guy that's been who he's been for the last 3 years, he's a guy we count on to score the basketball and to give us some punch on the offensive end. By not having him, other guys are going to have to step up. But at the same time, Amaro's a tough kid. He was at Coach's ear on Saturday night, all night, trying to get in the game. And, hopefully with a good week of treatments and preparation, he'll be ready to go on Friday.
Yeah, and when you guys did have to play without him, you guys still had some pretty good stretches of basically the rest of that game in Bozeman and up until the 2 fouls called on Austin and Missoula.
Right. And, guys stepped up. Austin was very aggressive. It was kind of a little different type of Austin in Montana. He put it down on the floor. He was aggressive to the basket. He wasn't just floating around the three-point arc. But Austin definitely stepped up on Friday. Obviously we were proud of him with the way he played and competed, and did some really good things.
How tough is it on these seniors being this close to the end and having to be in a must-win situation from here on out, basically?
Well, like I said earlier, they know their backs are against the wall, and that there's no area for them to be inconsistent from here on out. They have to be very good every night that we put on a uniform and play, and we've got great kids that the knock on them this year has obviously been inconsistency, but hopefully they will come to the task and have a little urgency with themselves and play well.
What specifically do you guys have to do in these 2 games to get the results you need?
Well, Northern Colorado is their guard play has given us problems, earlier in the year and then last year as well. They spread the floor, they drive it. We got to be able to contain the ball, keep it out of the paint, and then also get to their shooters. They shoot the ball very well from the three, and we're going to have to prevent that and try to keep them down in the mid-60s to the high 60s and try to score baskets.
And Northern Arizona?
Northern Arizona, you know, they're playing well. You know, yesterday against Northern Colorado, obviously coming off of a game where they get beaten overtime. Cameron Jones is an all-league type player, so he's, you know, playing well. They have a good interior guys that are, you know, their presence. They score the ball in the paint. So we're going to have to do a couple of different things, you know, guarding the basketball and then also guarding the rim.